back into the Saturday Sports Report, Fox Sports 1498.3 FM. Glad you are with us this morning on a beautiful Saturday morning. We're live from Broome High School as the Sprouse Centurions are hosting the 3A Upper State track qualifications today. A lot of people will be pouring in here later on just in a couple of hours for the track qualifications. And I'm joined by Jemiah Jackson first here on the segment, shot put and discus. Jemiah, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm glad you're with me. I know your coaches were asking you if you're going to talk, but you might surprise them and be the most talkative one out of all of them. So tell us a little bit about your what year you are and what really, first of all, what got your interest in shot put and discus?
So this is my second year, and both of my brothers did shot put and discus, so I really want to learn how to do it too.
Now, your brothers, tell us a little bit for those that don't know, were pretty good, and I believe hold records still in shot put and discus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, my oldest brother, Javier, he holds the record here at Broome, and he was the state champion for 3 years. And my brother, DeMarco, he was the state champion for 2 years.
So that both of them did shot put and discus. And you said you wanted to do it just because you saw them do it. And you're in the 8th grade, is that right?
Yeah.
So what's it like as an 8th grader competing out here with a lot of girls who are older than you?
Well, I just have to work harder.
Does it make you nervous at all?
Not really.
I mean, I know there's a lot of, not older, but upperclassmen who are doing the shot put and discus. When you have competed before in shot put and discus, what have you seen that you might need to work on maybe today that you're trying to do better on today and really have a chance to compete?
My footwork and just where I release from.
And for those, let's pretend that somebody's listening that has no clue what shot put and discus is. Tell us a little bit, take us through what it is and really what you do in a competition like today.
Well, shot put is it's an 8-pound ball, and you throw it,
right?
And there's the discus, and you throw it also.
Yeah. So it's an 8-pound ball that you have to just kind of whoever goes the farthest with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way it works, and you are competing. Do you know what time today you will be?
I think around 11:30.
11:30. What's your longest throw you've ever had?
A 99.
99.
In discus and 30.4 in shot.
Is that good? I mean, it sounds good. 99, and what was that was in discus?
Yeah.
And then the
shot put, I had 30.4.
30.4.
She can throw farther than you can.
Yeah, I'm sure she can. I have never done that before. Dean's, I'm sure she could absolutely take care of business. So, Jemiah Jackson, we appreciate you joining us this morning. You said around 11:30, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, so come out and we will talk to Aaron Quinn next. Is that right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got the name right. So Jemiah Jackson will hand over the headset to Aaron Quinn, and she'll talk to us next. She is pole vault. Again, Jemiah Jackson just joined us on the Saturday Sports Report. Aaron Quinn joining us next. Aaron, you said you do not have a problem talking.
So, that's correct.
So you're pole vault. What got you into pole vault, and talk about what year you are as well?
Well, I started in 8th grade. I just recently quit gymnastics, and Miss Sprouse said, we really like gymnasts in this event. It usually helps out. And so I came out and did it in 8th grade, and I'm a senior now, so I've done it every year since then except for my junior year. So.
What did gymnastics, how did that help you prepare for pole vaulting? Were there things in gymnastics that translated?
There were some, yes, but the technique is very different. So
really?
That's what you have to get a hand on, and it's taken me all 4 years.
What year did you start pole vaulting? 8th grade?
8th grade, yes.
So you've obviously done that for a couple of years now. What are some things that in pole vaulting, what are some things that you can get better at? How do you improve in pole vaulting?
Well, you want to make sure that you have good speed coming up to the pit, the pole vaulting pit, because if you slow down, you're going to lose all of your momentum.
Right.
So you have to not be afraid to run at an object, and then the goal is to bend the pole so that it propels you upward, and then you just have to have good technique after that. You have to stay tight and get your feet up as high as you can and turn.
What's your best record?
Right now it's 7 foot 6 inches, so
really?
We're hoping to change that today, though.
Obviously you competed against teams in 3A for a little while now, being a senior. What other schools are really, have good good athletes that can pole vault? What schools have good pole vaulters, I guess?
Woodruff.
Really?
Yes.
Woodruff is the team?
Yes, sir. They have 3 out of the 4 seats that came from our region. They had 3 seats, and I had the 4th. So, and I'm pretty sure they're seated 1 and 2 in today's competition.
So Woodruff is the home of pole vaulting, I guess. So you can try to represent Broome today. You talked about your record a little bit. What do you plan to do after high school?
I'm going to attend the University of South Carolina next fall, and I'm going to go back to my gymnastics roots and join the club team there. So.
Oh, really? So you're going back to gymnastics?
Yes, sir.
No pole vaulting at South Carolina?
No, sir.
Do they have pole vaulting at South Carolina?
Yes, sir, they do, but...
You're going to stay back to gymnastics?
Yes.
So what made you decide to go to South Carolina?
Well, when I went
Clemson
on
didn't accept you?
tours... Oh, they did. They accepted me. I didn't accept them.
You did? Oh, wow. You didn't accept them. So, go ahead. What drew you into that campus?
I just really loved the campus when I went on tour, and I like that it's in the city versus Clemson's kind of in the country. Yeah. So there will be, things to do, and they have the master's program that I want to go into, so the goal is just to go there for my master's program.
So you know what you want to study already?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
I want to get my bachelor's degree in biology and then a master's in genetic counseling.
Awesome. So good deal. So while doing that, you're going to go back to the gymnastics team. Now, they compete around it's like a club team?
It's a club team.
So they compete with other SEC schools?
No, it's not like a Division I. It's just clubs. Okay. So they compete with other schools that have club teams as well.
Teams.
So
okay.
Yeah.
So it's not really in the NCAA or anything?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Gotcha. Well, Aaron Quinn, pole vault, good luck today. And do you know what time you'll be going?
11 or 11:15.
Okay, so around 11:15. All right, we appreciate your time. And I think next we're going to talk to Yasmin Hassan. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I'm not going to say it again because I don't want to mess it up. So Aaron Quinn, thank you for your time. And we'll talk to Yasmin Hassan next, 4x4 and 4x100s. As we've talked to Jemiah Jackson and Aaron Quinn from Broome High School, as we are now joined by Yasmin Hassan, again, 4x100s and 4x4. Yasmin, how you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I am good. I appreciate you joining me. I guess they said save the best for last. Is that right as far as
Yes, sir.
All right, so talk about what year you are and what you do on the track team.
All right, this is my 6th year running track. I am currently running the 4x4 and the 4x1.
Yep. And you're a senior as well?
Yes, sir, I am a senior.
What got you interested in track? Did you have family that did it, or what really?
No, I was really scouted by Miss Brown. She said I'm really fast, and she would love to have me on the track. So, yeah.
So what's the most difficult thing about competing in the 4x4s and 4x1s, especially with other great schools around the area?
Honestly, to me, I just have faith and belief that I'm going to finish the race, and I'm a beast, so I'm going to just finish the race and win. That's the main goal right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what time, do you know what time you compete today?
I think 12.
12 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the 4x4.
Right, okay.
It's the very last.
Do you know what you're going to do after high school?
Yes, I'm committed to USC Upstate, and I'm going to start running for them.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Track
sir.
team at USC Upstate?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. What are you studying? Do you know yet?
Yes, I want to be a doctor, so I'm going to take the pre-med course.
Wow, that's awesome. So a Dr. Hassan, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, today you'll be doing the 4x1s and obviously the 4x4s as well. What other schools really have not given you trouble over the years, but have competed well against you? She said Woodruff at pole vault. What about for 4x4s?
Usually it's around the county, so I'll say like maybe Clinton in the 4x1, and honestly, we won our region for the 4x4, so...
Really?
Yeah, so
that's
I
awesome.
Have faith right now. So
you're feeling good going into
I'm
it, right?
I'm feeling really good.
When you see all these other schools come in, I mean, how can you work on your game? I mean, I know it's different for pole vault and discus and shot, but what do you do better throughout the week to try to get better for these qualifications like today?
Well, we stretched a lot, and we ran like 300s and like a lot of 300s.
Yeah, just
constantly running. Right? Yeah, just to
constant
get in shape.
Coach Sprouse keeps y'all in shape, and we'll talk to several of the coaches, but we appreciate you joining us today on the program. Again, Yasmin Hassan, 4x1s and 4x400s as well. Going to USC Upstate after high school to be also on the track team, but also want to be a doctor. So that's very cool. We appreciate you joining us. So we'll talk. Any more athletes, Coach Sprouse? Nope, none that want to talk. All right, we'll take a break and come back. Yasmin, we appreciate you joining us here on the program. Absolutely. So we'll take a break, come back, talk to several of the coaches as well. And again, today's live remote at Broome High School brought to you by William Hodge, attorney at law. Again, we're at Broome High School for the 3A Upper State Track qualifications. Saturday Sports Report, Fox Sports 1400, 98.3 FM, anywhere in the world on the TuneIn Radio app. Glad you could be with us this morning. We're glad to be with you on a beautiful Saturday morning. We're live from Broome High School, getting going this morning as this live remote brought to you by William Hodge, attorney at law. I want to say thanks to Coach Randy Piazza for joining us earlier today. We'll talk to Mark Huff a little bit later on in the program as well, and say thanks to Aaron Quinn, Jemiah Jackson, and Yasmin Hassan. Is that right?
Yes.
All three of them who joined us on the Saturday Sports Report, now being joined by Coach Sally Sprouse. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
We're glad that you brought the girls out this morning to talk with us and do a little interview, and should be a lot of fun today here at Broome. As you talked about, I think 24, somewhere around there, 24 schools coming to compete today, so it should be a good time.
Yeah, it should be.
Coach, what goes into, as far as having to coach the girls and obviously the guys too, but what goes into putting together and hosting a track meet like this?
Well, track is what I like to call organized chaos, because you have 17 different events going on, sometimes all at one time. So we'll be running on the track, and you've got jumps going on for both boys and girls, and throws and pole vaulting. So it's very kind of chaotic, but it's really awesome. You have to really come, and a lot of people think it's boring, but if you get down here and get in it, you really see how hard the kids are competing. And, we have to get out and try to get organized. We have jump days and run days and conditioning days, and, the boys do the same. We all kind of share each other's athletes, just trying to get everybody better. There's a lot of work that goes into it for these young
So as a
athletes.
coach, you said all this is going on. What do you watch while it's all going on?
I don't get to watch too much, and we host meets at Broome. If it's a normal meet, we actually don't have the computerized timing during the earlier meets, so I'm hand timing at the finish line.
Okay.
So I have to trust my coaches are going to come and let me know what's going on in the other field events. And then today I have to clerk everyone, so I have to check everybody in that goes through the running events of the meet and give them their numbers. So I don't get to see too much. You'll see me running over to a tent to see how we do and stuff. But today is just kind of the top four move on to the state meet, which is next week down in Columbia on Friday and Saturday. And then today, nobody scores today. If you're in the top four, you go. So that's just kind of the goal for today for us.
What high school is it at next Saturday? Do you know?
Spring Valley High School.
Spring Valley, okay. Mm-hmm. And that's on Saturday next.
It starts Friday afternoon, and it'll go through Saturday.
Good deal. So
all 5 A's will be at one time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. How about
that? It's a busy day.
All right, so talk about some of the girls that you have been able to coach, and we've talked to three of them, but a lot of those girls that you feel like can really compete and do well today.
Well, to be here is an honor, because you have to finish in the top four in your region to move on. So, and they're throwing against several athletes in the region, at least 24 usually. So, we're really excited about the girls we have moving on, and hope they have some chances to go to the state meet, because then you're in the top 8 and you're just there. I mean, you're automatically the top 8 in the state when we move on next week. And this has just been a fun group to coach. Track is huge. People don't understand that we'll have 40 to 50 girls that start the season. So what we've been trying to do is just watch them PR every week, which is their personal record. And we have a board that they sign, which I brought today, ladies, because they get really excited to improve their times and then sign their name. And I have a little dry erase board that they do and put what they had, and then when they beat it, they come and erase it, and they start over, and they get to see how they accomplish and get better. So even the girls that are finished with their season, most of them have already signed the board. I've got one board just full of names at home that they've bettered themselves every meet this year, and that's the goal.
So how hard is it? I mean, you talk about starting off with so many girls. When you get down to the upper state championship today, when you only have 4 or 5, is that all based off of the PR record, or does other things go into that as well?
That's how hard they work. The girls that are left, I think we have a total of 8 left. They are just really working hard, 8 to 9, and it just matters, that they keep pushing themselves, and it doesn't matter with the PR. They just have to, every meet now counts. So what they had to do at our region meet last week was beat everybody else and be in the top 4, and then that's the same goal today. They have to know that the other schools are coming to do their best, and we have to get a little bit better this week and even better next week.
What's your favorite to watch? I know you said you don't get to watch, but what about all of them?
I don't know. In school, I was a thrower, so I love the throws. Yeah. But, when you watch these girls racing to the finish line and gutting it out, and their faces and how hard they're running and going through the pain, it's fun. I mean, track, you don't hear about it a lot until the Olympics roll around, and then everybody's watching it, and then you see how hard they work, and you don't people don't get that the distance train's different, and the sprints are so explosive and so fast, and it's just so much work that goes into it for them, and they have worked so hard to be at this point today.
And you talk about several other teams coming in. I mean, 28, roughly 28 teams coming in today. Is this thing, I mean, it'll obviously start around 11, but will last until when? Just
3.
3 o'clock?
It rolls. You only have, now it's the best of the best. You got the top 16 athletes in each event.
Okay.
So that's just like 2 sections or 2 heats of each one. And Coach Fry is the best at rolling a track meet. There he goes. We have the big county meet here, and we start that thing at 5, and we are finished before 9 pretty much every year. He is on it with the track meet. Plus, it takes his coaches that help. I mean, he's got us. We know our role. So we go and we do it, and it gets done.
Do you know the agenda for those that might want to come out today? I mean, what's happening first?
The field events start at 11, so some of your jumps and your throws will kind of start. With that, they get 3 attempts, and then they'll have a final with the top 6 will move on and get 3 more. And then the runs start about 12 with everybody's favorite 4x100 relay.
Yep.
And Broome's boys are very good at that, and our girls are also in it, and we're excited about that. So that happens around 12, and then things just start rolling about every 15 minutes. The distance races will be in there, and these girls get out there. We've got one, Jody Lawson, they're running the mile and the 2 mile, and they're about an hour and a half apart. So she doesn't have much rest, and that's a long way around this track, 4 times and then 8 times. But these kids run, and they are fast, and so it's then we'll end the day with the 4x400 relay, and it'll be about 3. We'll probably be right on time unless the weather comes.
Right. So hoping for good weather today.
Right.
One of your assistants going to join us.
Yes.
Can you introduce her?
Yes, I have 2 here. Kimberly Reed is one of my throws, but she's going to take care of my girls right now. Sasha K. Matthias is coming on. Sasha ran in Jamaica. She's from Jamaica, so you're going to hear that a little bit. She also ran in college at Texas A&M. She was a long jumper. She won a national championship at Texas A&M with the team. So the girls in our team are super fortunate, and everybody's a little afeared of our jumps usually, if that's a word I can say. So I'm going to put her on and let her talk, because she handles pretty much all my sprints and jumps.
That's
awesome.
So
I just do what she tells me to.
I'll see if I can pronounce the name right. That's Coach Sally Sprouse. Coach, thank you for letting us be here today and setting everything up. And I will probably butcher the name. Sasha K. Matthias. Is that right?
That is correct.
Well, I'm glad that you could join us today. I won't say it again because I'll probably butcher it the second time, but I appreciate you coming on with us. A great resume, as Coach Sprouse just talked about. And tell us, before we get into today's event, what brought you to Broome?
Well, at first I was at Converse College coaching, and then I decided to get back into education and be a teacher. And basically, once I got that job there, they saw that I competed and everything there, and they're like, would you like to help out with the track team? And I was like, I would really love that, because I love impacting young athletes and just basically giving them the opportunity that I had when I was in high school as well.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to San Diego High School. It's in Jamaica.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how did you get connected to A&M?
Well, when you, as an athlete in Jamaica, you compete on the highest levels. So we'll come here to meet like the pen relays. They also come down to our girls and boys championship. The high school, it's bigger than NCAAs in Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah, so they'll come down there and recruit us as well.
Oh, so the college recruiters come to Jamaica down there.
Yes.
That's awesome. So Sasha K. Matthias joining us this morning on the Saturday Sports Report. That's a wonderful name, especially if you can pronounce it right.
Thank you.
But talk about today and how you've enjoyed coaching these girls and what you're looking forward to seeing from them today.
They are definitely a joy to have. They're hard workers. There are times when you have to motivate them a little bit more than the usual, but they are very hard-working athletes, and I just hope that they go out there and execute. Remember what we do in practice and go out there and give it their all. I'm trying to get them to be aggressive. I always tell them, this is your home track. You need to eat. You need to own it. This is yours. This is your home. Like, make people know that when they come here, you're going to show up.
Absolutely. So just about 4 minutes to go before the break. You see all these events going on. I asked Coach Sprouse, what's your favorite to watch? I know you don't get to watch a lot of them, but what do you like to enjoy the most?
I love the jumps, long and triple jump, because that's what
you did, right?
Yeah, that's what I did. I love the 1 and the 200, the 4x1, the 4x4. I love the 400 and the 800. I love the sprinting events more than anything else.
Now, you never really into the shot put and discus?
I actually did it in my 9th grade year in high school, because you know how, as a young athlete, you get to try out different events. So I actually did the hurdles, the shot put, the discus. I did distance, and then like as I got up to my senior level, like I kind of mastered the long and triple jump, because we kind of strategize in Jamaica as well. Like find 2 events that you're really good at, so that you can get your furthest distance or your best time in those events, so that you can get recruited. Like that's our strategy, to get good at least in 2 events, so that you can get a scholarship.
All right, so I was going to ask Coach Sprouse this as well, but in any other sport, football, baseball, or basketball, if you're playing a team, you can scout them a little bit and see what they bring to the table. Can you do that at all in track? Do you know what these other schools in the high school level, do you know what they have at all?
Yes, because we have heat sheets. So, like, the athletes, whatever was their best events, those are recorded and entered in. So you can see. But with track and field, it's so unpredictable.
Right.
So even though this athlete may be seated to do this, on the day of the meet, they might drop the baton or false start or pull up. Like, there's just so much that can happen. You can strategize, but at the end of the day, it's what you do on that day that matters.
Right. Now, for those out there listening that maybe have not ever come to a track and field meet kind of like this a day, what would you say to encourage them to come out today to Broome High School to enjoy this?
Come out and watch our girls and our boys. Kevon, he's one of our best runners, the guys, and just come on out and enjoy your time.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a good time.
Well, Coach,
come
good
and see
luck.
Talent.
Yeah, absolutely. Tons of talent. There'll be over 20 schools here today. So, Coach, good luck with the Centurions, and thank you for coming on with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.